Well, thank you for joining into our January news station. Wait a minute, you are not Mari.
Not Mari. You could call me not Mari, or you could call me Ryan. I'm filling in for Mari while she's busy making a baby.
That is true, and we don't know how long she's going to be out, but Mari, come back, please.
Fast.
Thank
please.
you.
And thank you. Anyways, let's talk about the market.
Let's talk about the market.
Okay, in the month of January, Contra Costa County had about 431 sales across the county. Now, the average price of all those sales is about $860,000.
All right.
Now, here's the good news. We've been talking about this sweet spot. We know that the market's changed a little bit. Over half of those sales, the average price was $680,000 or less. So that window of opportunity that we've been talking about for buyers to come in, we've seen it. Now it's starting to close a little bit. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but let's go ahead and give you a few more numbers in terms of what's going on with the county. Highest price, Blackhawk, no surprise, a little over $9.25 million.
Yeah, just $9.2 million, not a big deal.
You know, and then we had a little guy, a little feller in Richmond, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, it's a condo, sold for about $165,000. So we know Contra Costa County, we got low, we got really high, and we've got everything in the middle. But let's drill down into East County a little bit with Chris.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. So East Contra Costa County, as always, right? Last month we had 175 sales. Now, of those sales, the average sales price was $638,000. Now, if you've been paying attention to our news station, that's $100,000 less than our peak in 2022. Now, before we go too crazy into this and the market's crashing, let's just take this into consideration. It is the first month of the year, and that's also just the sales of that month. So that doesn't mean we had any high-priced homes or anything else on the market. Now, reality of it though is half of those were under $625,000, right? So the affordability is still here in East Contra Costa County. Now, current listings right now are right around 40% of Contra Costa County currently, which is the most we saw in general of any month of last year or this month. So there's more houses hitting the market in East Contra Costa County, which means there's more opportunities for buyers to find a property they like. And the reality of it is the market is starting to see a little bit of an uptick, which is good in a positive way. And I'll explain why. We don't want pricing to drop too much. We want pricing to kind of bottom out, level in, and then let buyers kind of come back into the market. And we've seen a huge increase of buyer demand with interest rates dropping to low 6s and at some parts even low or high 5s, excuse me. So the reality of it is the market is starting to become a normal, healthy market, and that's what we expect in 2023 for you. I'm going to pass it back to Ryan. He's going to give you a nice lending update for the month of January for you.
Cool, so let's talk about loans, rates, and all that good stuff. We know that over the last 12 months, we've seen rates go from about 3 to 4 to 5, 6, 7, and even a little bit above that. And the good news is, if you're paying attention, we're starting to see these numbers come down, which is great news for people that are thinking about buying a home because it just got that much cheaper. We'll throw some stats on the board so you can see, like we referenced, average price of a home in Contra Costa County at $860. Maybe we'll give you an idea of what that payment looks like.
Yeah.
Down payment, things like that. So you get some perspective, and we can also show you how things have changed. Now, the expectation is as inflation starts to come down, right? Feds are doing their job. In fact, they raised the interest rates again, 1/4 point this past week. And surprise, surprise, guys,
mortgage rates
on
got
the mortgage
better.
side, they got better. They came down, right? So just because we're seeing things in the news doesn't necessarily mean that means rates are going up because Feds raised the rates. Doesn't exactly mean that. They're doing their job. Inflation is coming down. Rates are coming down.
Actually, 6 months in a row, by the way. Inflation's
6 months in a row. So we're not out of the woods yet, but we're down low 6s.
Yeah, 6.5%
high 5s,
CPI.
right? In terms of rates.
Yes, rates.
Right, in terms of rates. And we're just hoping that that continues to go lower and lower. So right now, buyers, this is your opportunity to get pre-qualified, to start checking into your options, to figure out what's what, because we talk about this window, we talk about this soft spot in the market, and it's closing, right? As more and more buyers realize that rates are coming down, they're gonna come back into the market ready to buy. And the more buyers we have, the more competition we're going to have.
And we're already seeing it in a lot of our listings, multiple offers on a lot of them.
Yep.
You know, actually, matter of fact, just to give you guys some heads up, a lot of our buyers right now, we're competing in certain areas around 2 to 3 to 4 offers right now, right? It's not the 10, 20 offers we were seeing, But on a lot of our listings right now, we're competing with a few other offers, right? So it's still easy to get your offer accepted, but the reality of it is you're already seeing more buyer pool coming back out, which is good in the avenue of making sure that the market stays healthy.
Right. Okay. Right. And another point there too is we expect our inventory levels, supply, not to go crazy through the roof, right? There's only so many sellers out there that are ready to sell their properties. We don't expect inventory to climb as fast as demand. So it's going to be an ever increasing competitive situation. So if you're thinking about it, don't think too hard, don't think too long. Start to make some calls, reach out to us.
Yes.
We can get some options in line for you. That way you're ready to make a decision when the decision is right to be made.
Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. Thank you, Ryan. We
No
appreciate
problem.
that. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit more of a market update, and I know I kind of tag team with Ryan's lending update over there, but the reality of it is like we were talking about, CPI inflation has dropped down to 6.5%. 6 months in a row it's coming down. Now, here's the one thing that we have to talk about was we heard about the jobs that just came out. You heard about it, right? 517,000 new jobs, right? The reality of it is that unemployment rate is 3.5%, guys, 3.5, okay? So the reality is extremely low. We have a very good employment market, right? And the feds are keeping eyes on that right now as we speak, but they're also keeping an eye on something else. Wages year over year and month over month, seeing how that increases, because if wages continue to increase, which means there's more money to be out there in the market for people to spend, means inflation won't come down as fast as they want. So the reality of it is, I will tell you, the real estate market has been very healthy now. We're normalizing. We're starting to see that multiple offer situation come back. And we're starting to see home values, basically, like I said, in most cities, stabilize, which is good for homeowners, right? Now, in general, I'm going to give you now, it's called a community update. Community update. Once again, we can't thank you enough for all the love and support you've given us over the last 4 years. We have partnered with Ticket to Dream, which is a nonprofit to help out foster youth nationwide, but also here locally, right? Every year we're able to give back, school supplies, presents, around the holidays and everything else in between, and we can't thank you enough for that. But coming up here, we have what's called the Ticket to Dream Golf Classic, and this is going to be a golf tournament that we're going to go help out, volunteer, play some rounds of golf, but we're going to also raise money. And if you'd like to help out with us with this tournament, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you come up with us, partner with us, and really show the support for foster kids. As you know, our major goal as a company is to make sure every kid can just feel like being a normal kid. And at the end of the day, that is the goal. So if you'd love to come out, be a part of us with the Ticket to Dream, or if you just want to donate, please, by all means, we'll give you guys a link. You can match, and E3 will help out with matching donations with you. A percentage of that will go back to Ticket to Dream, and we'll go over those details more next month. But the reality of it is we want to give back to the kids, as well as want to give back to our community, and we can't do this on our own. So thank you for everything you guys have done in the past and in the future.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in to January's market update. We look forward to seeing you guys again in February, and until then,
Not so bad for Ryan's second time.
maybe you keep me around for another month.
1 month. Hey, he gets 1 month contracts. I need to know in the comments, does he get to pass go or do I get somebody new?
See you guys. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.